Welcome to Spotlight on Lakewood. I'm Mayor Adam Paul, and from time to time we like to check in with the different ward representatives in our community. I'm honored today to have our representatives from Ward 2 joining us, Councilmember Sharon Vincent, and it's not ZZ Top's guitarist, it's actually Councilmember Scott Koop. Welcome, Scott.
Well, thank you. That's not too bad. Recently, I was referred to as David Letterman's younger brother. You know.
That could be it as well. Mm-hmm. And with this looming retirement about to come, it's very fitting.
Yeah, that's true. That's right. I didn't think about that.
So Sharon, let's start with you. You know, you've been in just over a year, and hopefully you've been enjoying it. What are your goals for 2017?
For 2017, it's actually a continuation of a lot of what I wanted to accomplish both when I ran and for 2016. And that is there's a lot of changes that are happening in our ward. And when I ran, I said I wanted to make sure and work as hard as I could so that there was a balance of what we had. So we had elderly housing, affordable housing, single housing, to finish connecting the transit-oriented development. That's a big part of it, that last mile. We've had some wonderful things going on with 40 West Arts, and I've been heavily involved in that and want to continue with that process. And then going to the various meetings to see what else I can help with.
Yeah, that's great. And I know a lot of that, you know, that work that you've done and been advocating for has to do with last mile connections. And being in the older part of the city, there's a lot of those connections that are needed in your community that you represent.
Yes, the walkability issues.
Walkability, absolutely. Scott, talk to us about 2017.
For me, I'm going to agree with Sharon on a lot of those. We have the same kind of mind frame on important things in our community that need to be done. And for me, from the start, 8 years ago when I started this, I didn't personally have any issues. A lot of people get involved in this when they have something that has gone on, where I didn't come in that way. I had maybe a little more experience since my wife Debbie did this for 8 years before me. I saw a lot of what was going on, a lot of positive changes that were happening at Lakewood. And I just wanted to make sure that kept going. And so that's going to continue for me in 2017, and then just to respond to citizens in the best way possible when they do reach out to us because of an issue they're having, a problem somewhere in their community or with at them personally at their home or business, and trying to help them out. So it's going to be the same thing that what I think I've worked on for the first seven years.
Well, you know, and kudos to both of you. You are very available, very reachable, and I know you really try to be there and be responsive to the citizens, so you do a great job.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, so we have this new art line in Ward 2 that's moving fast and furious, and it's going to connect 3 of our parks. Tell us a little bit about the art line or the impacts that you see that are going to happen.
Sure, go.
Do you want me to go ahead and start on that?
Yeah, you start.
Okay.
Yeah, absolutely.
I am very excited about the art line. I think we've had the 3 separate parks, so it's Mount Air, Aviation, and Walker Branch that'll be connected with the arts. I think that's great with the 40 West Arts piece then too, and it also helps with some of those things that we've identified in some of the older sections of the neighborhood. It'll connect, I think it's a 4-mile, 3.5 to 4 mile walk loop. There'll be different art projects. There'll be interactions for the children, which our parks are not very big, so that'll be a great feature. I think it'll help with an identity in those neighborhoods also. And hopefully there'll be more of a recognition of a there, and also we're hoping to bring in some more of the coffee shops, restaurants, things for people to do as they leave the Lamar station.
I love it. I love the enthusiasm.
Yep.
And what I'm most excited about, I would say, is it's going to just bring arts to the community, in a community that may not always be able to experience the arts, and it's going to be right there available to anybody.
Yes.
That's right. It's going to give a lot of places will start to become destinations. And as they move from one destination to another, it will, I think, open up opportunities for businesses I think it'll be a draw for people looking to move
Yes.
toward the area, which is already
Happening.
been proven out, that people want to live in that type of atmosphere. And it's just going to bring a lot of color to that area.
And what an honor for Lakewood too, and the people that worked on that project to bring that $100,000 grant to the neighborhood. It was wonderful.
That's very cool. Very
Yep.
exciting times. So Ward 2 is also home to the Elks Lodge, number 1777, which just won Mayor's Inspiration Award.
Yes.
And they do a lot in the community. Can you share a little bit about their impact and how you interact?
Oh yeah, they do a tremendous part, and what most people probably don't realize is how long they have been doing this. They go about their business of helping. Now I know kind of firsthand their dictionary giveaway to the third graders at schools, and in how important that was. I was there at classes when my kids were in school, when they were handing these out, and the kids' eyes light up. Oh my goodness, looking through these pages and just being able to learn and being exposed at that early level and learning that just the information, how to use that. And I know that they're branching out into a lot of veterans. They're actually, I think they're going to be starting an art classes, or providing space for art classes at their facility. Sharon?
They've adopted some schools there and are going to be working with them. And of course, they're very involved in 40 West, and they're always a part of First Fridays.
Oh, yes.
Go there, and they're a large part of the Mural Fest also, and just a good group of people. Just a good group of people, and very involved.
Dedicated. Yeah,
Very
involved.
dedicated, very involved. And we might as well put the plug in. I mean, they're always accepting new members, so if
Yes.
there's any interest.
No, absolutely,
Yes.
anytime. And I'll say it again, their dedication to the community is just incredible.
It is.
I love it. So tell our viewers who may not be familiar with Ward 2, some of the neighborhoods or some of the landmarks that encompass Ward 2.
I'll let you start, because I always forget a section of Ward 2 wherever I go.
I'll tell you what, I'll give the boundaries,
Okay.
and then you fill in
Some
that
of the
outline.
There we go.
businesses. Okay.
There we go.
Okay, so Ward 2, the northeast section, the oldest part of Lakewood, starting at the south, say east corner would be Sheridan and Alameda. Going west, it goes to Wadsworth, up to 6th Avenue, west to Carr to Colfax, Colfax to Kipling, then Kipling up to 26th, and then it takes 26 back east, and then once it gets into kind of Pierce, it kind of meanders through the neighborhoods there till it gets back to Sheridan at approximately 17th, and then heads back down to Alameda. It's a great ward.
It's a
ward.
really good ward.
great.
It's a happy ward.
So in some of the landmarks?
Well, we do have Rockley's
Yes.
music. I mean, that's a big one. And then over in that area, we also have Morris Park. And of course, we are the proud owners of the Sprouts. The first and only
there you go. Yes,
Sprouts.
Sprouts. And while
In
you're moving
Lakewood.
down that way, O'Kane Park.
O'Kane
of course.
Park, Mount Air Park, Two Creeks neighborhood, Morris Park neighborhood, the Northeast Lakewood organization,
A little
Part
bit of
of Iber.
Iber.
and part of
Part of
Iber.
Iber,
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. Mhm.
And one of the most well-known restaurants
Oh, how did I
How
forget
could you
that?
ever in Lakewood.
Drum roll.
Yes, Casa Bonita.
Casa, there we go. Casa Bonita.
I can't believe, I see it all the time. I
See,
can't believe
that's
I
all
forgot
right.
to mention
But
that.
that's what's so exciting about your ward, because there is so much there, so much going on.
Oh, yes.
A lot of change, a lot of good things, a lot of dedicated community support as well.
Yeah, and a shout out to you mentioned the neighborhood organizations, a shout out to them.
Yes.
And they're welcoming a lot of new people moving into the
Yes.
area, a lot of new businesses, supporting them like crazy. You know, and again, the Northeast Lakewood, Two Creeks Neighborhood Organization, O'Kane, Iber, and Morris Park, and their efforts that they put into in keeping their stable neighborhoods, and yet welcoming all these new people and new businesses in, and we all benefit. We all win when somebody else wins.
well said.
You know.
Exactly.
Well said. So if folks want to come out and meet you, when can they come see you and where? Like, when are your ward meetings?
Ours is the second Wednesday at 7:30 in the morning at 40 West and the Edge Theater.
Everybody is welcome. Come on
Yes.
out, and you have a nice informal format.
Yes.
Yeah, we do. We don't have speakers. We don't have agendas. It's because of we go to all these other meetings. All the neighborhood organizations have meetings, plus Alameda Gateway and West Colfax. So they have scheduled agendas there. This is just come and talk, ask questions, hear what other people's concerns are, and that's it. It's the citizens' time to just talk to us and let us know what's on their mind. Yeah, everybody's welcome.
Good.
Yep.
Everybody's welcome.
Good. Well, Scott, this one's kind of bittersweet for us. This will be your last Spotlight on Lakewood show highlighting Ward 2. Yes.
Yes, it is. I don't know.
I know.
It's hard to believe.
It is hard to believe.
It's hard to believe. And you've done a fabulous job.
Thank you. Well, I've been honored to serve with you for 8 years now, and I did have the great distinction and honor to serve with your wife, and the Koop dynasty or legacy or whatever you want to call it.
Don't even.
But you're both very thoughtful, and your dedication has been to this community, and we are truly, truly grateful. So I want to ask you, what are you most proud of? Is there one thing that you could pick out that you're most proud of in your 8 years?
No, there's so many things that have gone on, and I guess maybe one thing that I don't know if you take credit for it or not, is that it was never about us. It was never about Debbie. It was never about me. It's about the citizens.
Yep.
And yeah, I may not agree with their ideas on what they're bringing, what they're saying, but I never thought it was my job to decide. And so leaving it to the citizens, trusting their decisions or their opinions about what they would like to see in their neighborhood. Yeah, I do kind of think that we did that okay.
And you've done a great job of that. I mean, you really do. You're a citizen leader, and that's the importance for you here to represent and to work for the people. Thank you.
I hope, I know Sharon, I want to thank Sharon. Sharon is doing a fabulous job. I had the privilege of working with Cindy Barroway before, who was another just a great leader in the community. It was a privilege working for her. And then my wife Debbie, who I watched for 8 years, and thought, wow, she does that well, and it helped me out quite a bit. And I just want to thank her, and I want to thank the kids. Sydney, Rose, and Sophia, they started out in this journey for 16 years. They started out very, very young, and now graduated from college, getting married, moving on with their lives, and so they've shared us for quite a while, and I appreciate their patience. And maybe someday, who knows?
There you go.
If they'll choose to do this path.
Well, you made sure that the community that they had the opportunity to grow up in was a great community, and we're going to continue to make sure that is for future generations.
We're going to be keeping an eye on you.
Okay.
Yeah.
You keep an eye on me, and so now I have two more things for you. Tell us about your chickens, and then leave us with some parting words of wisdom or advice. You have the sage beard.
Oh,
so
yes.
we're waiting to hear.
Yes. Well, I didn't bring my pipe with me. I'm teasing about that. The chickens are great. Just got 3. It would be great if they decided to lay a few eggs every now and then, but they're fun to have around. So the chickens are great. Advice to, I think in thinking about this question, there is, I think, some advice to somebody. The elections are coming up soon. Granted, they're still months away. You're starting to hear about it already. And I mentioned before that we all win when somebody in Lakewood wins. And so in building a campaign or just in the community about sowing the seeds of mistrust, it doesn't help anybody. We want a strong community. I think should be cheerleaders. We want people to feel good about living in Lakewood. We want people to seek out Lakewood to live in. We want people to seek out Lakewood to build a business in. So if you put mistrust out there, yeah, you may get a few people say, yeah, that's exactly what I feel, but then how good is anybody going to feel living in a town like that? And we hear it all the time. Lakewood is a great place to live and have a business. And there's a reason. A lot of people have put things in place before now to get it to where it is. And to anybody that does get on council, believe in your staff. The staff of Lakewood is top notch. They're professional people that look out for this community. And I hope I'm not giving a secret out there. They make council look good.
Amen.
Yeah, they do. So that's it. Trust the staff.
Well said. Well said. Well, what a wonderful opportunity to sit down with you both. And I'd get up and give you a big bear hug, Scott, because I know you really want a hug, but we'll wait. We'll get plenty more of those. So thank you both, and for all your hard work and dedication.
Thank you. You're doing a fabulous job. I appreciate and I'm honored to have served with you for these 8 years.
Cool. Thank you. Well, thank you for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed this episode. And if you have a chance, get out in Ward 2, see what it has to offer. And always remember, together we'll do great things.